ఎవరికైనా తెలుగులో డౌట్స్ ఉన్నా అడగొచ్చు. నేను తెలుగులో కంప్లీట్‌గా చెప్పను అని కాదు. ఐ విల్ ఎక్స్‌ప్లెయిన్ బోత్ ఇన్ తెలుగు యాస్ వెల్ యాస్ ఇంగ్లీష్. బట్ ఐ ట్రైడ్. మీకు ఇంగ్లీష్‌లో చెప్తే కూడా అర్థమవుతది అని నేను అనుకున్నాను. ఎవరైనా ఈ వీడియో విని నాకు ఇంగ్లీష్‌లో ప్రాబ్లమ్ ఉంది అని అనుకుంటే మీరు వర్రీ అవ్వకండి. ఐ యామ్ రెడీ టు ఎక్స్‌ప్లెయిన్ ఇన్ తెలుగు యాస్ వెల్. ఓకే. మీకు ఏదైనా పాయింట్ ఉంటే నన్ను అడగొచ్చు. యూ కెన్ హ్యాపీలీ ఆస్క్ మీ. దాన్ని నేను మళ్ళీ తెలుగులో ఒకసారి ఎక్స్‌ప్లెయిన్ చేస్తాను. అండ్ నెక్స్ట్, సో టుడే yesterday we were discussing about HTTP server, right? That is web server.
Yes, sir.
Today we will be discussing about HTML. Okay, so what is HTML? HTML is a markup language which is known as hypertext markup language, which presents the content in a better way. Okay, so how this HTML language is providing elements. So whatever the web page you want to develop, you have to put it as a HTML program. So how do you put the HTML program? That is our target. Okay, so a Notepad++. So here I am using editor called Notepad++. Okay, so when you open the Notepad++, probably it looks like this, plain one. So there I will suggest you two things. Most probably all of you are from Windows environment. Windows you must be using. So in the Windows, once you install Notepad++, so how do you get the Notepad++? Go to Google and type Notepad++ and enter, and you get downloads of Notepad++. Click on it and you will have Notepad release 9.7.9.5, and click on it, it will download a file. Then you have to install that file. Once you have installed, Notepad++ will be opened up like this. There is one very important setting you should make in your Notepad++, that is, go to settings and go to preferences. In the preferences, you will find out in the left box, you will find out auto completion. By default, these boxes will be unchecked. Ivi check lo undu. They are all unchecked. So first you have to check them and close them. This is the first step I want you to do. Then you want to write HTML programs, right? You want to develop web pages, right? So you have to save your file as file and save as. You have to click on the save as and select a folder in your computer, somewhere in the E drive or something like that. Somewhere you have to, okay, I'll save it in the E drive, my PC. I will save it in the F drive. Okay, here I would like to save my files. Here you try to create a folder like placements 3, enter, so that you will come into the placement folder. Here you have to save the file. Before saving the file, you should put the double quotes and name the file. What is the name of the file? First page dot html. You have to save it as .html and close the double quotes, so that no other extensions will be added. Extensions in the sense, this type will be added automatically to the file name. To avoid that, danni avoid cheyadaniki, we are using this double quotes and save. Now you have to start writing the program. So write down anything, hello world, and save the file. After writing the code and saving the file, it will save that file in your folder where is the folder? F drive. In the placements folder you have the first page, and then it will automatically load in the browser. So if you have any doubts, please let me know. మీకు ఎవరికైనా ఇఫ్ ఫైల్ సేవ్ చేసే దాంట్లో కూడా ఇబ్బంది ఉంటే నాకు చెప్పండి. I will support you that way also. Okay, hello world. Next. So here in this program, in this file, I have to write HTML. So this is called HTML open tag and close tag. Okay, this is called open tag and this is called close tag. How did I get this? I just write h open bracket close bracket HTML and close bracket. As soon as I press the close bracket, its closing tag is also automatically generated by Notepad++. If it is not generated, you are supposed to manually write that. If it is not generated, you have to write the closing tag. This is opening tag and this is the closing tag. So whatever the page is, you have to put it in between this open tag and close tag. And inside this open tag and close tag, you have to put a head section and a body section. There will be two sections. In the head section, we are going to give so many title, meta tag kind of information. In the body section, in this section we have to put all the content. అర్థమవుతుందా? We have to put all the content. Okay, right. So now let me explain you. There are certain elements, okay, like h1. In this element, whatever you present, Praveen Gubbala, whatever you place, that will be visible on the browser as okay, one second, I'll go back to the page by double click it on it, and you can see that content is coming as big letters. That is the nature of h1. Like this, you have multiple elements. Like this, you have multiple h1 elements. So the same Praveen Gubbala, if you put it in h2, save, and every time you need not to go to the folder and double click on it. You go to the browser and refresh the page. You will get the updated content as well. Praveen Gubbala, and the second line is Praveen Gubbala. Okay, so this is because of h1 and this is because of h2. So by putting it in the h2, the size of the each letter will be reduced, and then the same way you can put something like h3, h4, h5, h6. Copy, paste, save, and refresh the page. You will find out all the different headers, header elements and their respective content. Okay, this is basic elements. Like this, you have multiple elements. For example, I have some content called welcome to HTML. So if I directly present it on the page, direct ga manam page మీద present చేస్తే, it will come like welcome to, just like this normal way. So if you put it in the B, now it looks like in a bolder way. So now the same thing, if I put it in I element, the content will be displayed in the italic fashion. Like the same, you have so many other elements, strong, which is equivalent to bold, something called superscript strong, underline. So if you put in the U, so you can see something like in the underline. Okay, so like this you can actually create multiple content, different content with different structure and different styling. But of course, for styling we use a separate attribute called style attribute or separate style sheet. We'll do differently, but this is the fundamental way of doing it. Understood this concept? Yes. So there is superscript, subscript. Yesterday I just shown some small things. Okay, next. So after that, after this concept, we have to understand next level of presentation, that is called as attributes. Every element can have different attributes. What are attributes? Attributes are special strings which can be provided in the element, especially in the starting element. That is, this is called as open tag and this is called as closing tag. In the open tag only you have to put it as something like this: title, title is equal to my name. So by this is called attribute. What is the name of the attribute? Here I am using title. So when I move my mouse, whatever you have mentioned in the title, that will be displayed here. This is one attribute. Like that you have one more attribute called style. Style is equal to, you can provide some properties also. This is attribute. Inside this attribute you can apply some properties directly, not only the value. You can apply some properties like color is equal to is colon red. You have to make use of colon between the property name and the value. This is called property name and this is called value. Like that there are hundreds of properties. Do you need to remember all of them? No need. Actually by practice they all will be available. Okay, did you by heart your brother's name? No. Or sister's name? No, we get into it, right? The same thing. As soon as you keep on practicing it, you will get it. Like this you can apply different colors, different properties. Like there is one more property. Let us do the property. Each property and value pair should be separated by semicolon. So here I can say font size is equal to 99 px. You have to give the px also. So the font size of Praveen Gubbala becomes 99, and you want to apply one more style, like for example background color. Background color is light gray. So you can apply like this. Background color is another property. Border. These are all different properties you can apply and you can make use of. But my concept in this explanation is this H1, the whole, as is called as element. This is the element. This element is having different things like attributes, content. This Praveen is called as content. Praveen Gubbala is the text or content. And how many attributes I have in this H1 element? Title and style. Okay, so in the style attribute you can apply multiple properties. This color, font size, background color are called as properties, and this red, 99px, light gray, these are all values. So these values can be numbers or strings or constants, so many things are there. Okay, and this px is called as unit, pixels. Suppose if I provide, instead of pixels, if I say 99 mm, each letter is in the 99 millimeters length. If I provide 1 in or 1 inch, 1 inch, no, 1 in, yeah, it is inch only, I think so. कुछ भी, or centimeter, yeah, font size is equal to 1 cm. Each font will occupy 1 centimeter. 1 inch, that's up to you. Do we have feet? I don't remember. No, we don't have. 1 centimeter. Yeah, 1 inch. Okay, fine guys. Like this you can mention the different font size and you can make use of it. Okay, hope you understood what is element. How many elements are there in this particular page?
9.
What are those elements?
Headings H1 to H6. Bold, italic, underline.
H1 to H6 are 6, bold 7, I 8, underline 9, HTML 10, head 11, body 12. They are also elements. Are you getting me? They are also called as elements. Clear? Yeah. Okay, next. Let us do the next step. Okay, let us discuss some concepts called structural elements. What do you mean by structural elements? So when you want to put your content in a different structure, not like this, different structure like bullet points, or else in a table, or else in a paragraph, such kind of elements are called as structural elements. So they don't apply any new styling to it. They'll just give you a different structure. I repeat, structural elements don't provide you any new style. It will provide you a better structure. Shall we see that? So for that I will create one more page. First I will save it as HTML head section, body section. In the body, yeah, I want to display India, Sri Lanka, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Maldives, Nepal, Burma, in the page. So how can I do that? Let me go to my folder and double click on it, and you can see India, Sri Lanka, Pakistan are all coming side by side. If you want to display these contents one after the other as a bullet points, you have to put them like this. You have to make use of UL, unordered list. Inside the UL, each and every content should be placed as a list item. So first India has to be placed in the list item as India, and one more list item as Sri Lanka, and one more list item as Pakistan, Bangladesh. So if you see the output now India, Sri Lanka, Pakistan, Bangladesh have come in a list form, one after the other. This is how we can create lists. The same thing you want to put it as 1, 2, 3 kind of list, numeric. So then you have to use the same syntax, but instead of UL you have to make use of OL. They are called as ordered lists. They are called as ordered lists. These ordered lists can be changed with a different type attribute, as type is equal to A. Then the ordered list will come with A, B, C, D kind of thing. Is it okay? And if you put I, it will give you Roman numbers, and if you give capital I, it gives you capital Romans. And you can mention different types. Here also you can mention type. In the unordered list also, type is equal to square. This property value will give you a square boxes as a bullets, and if you put circle, it gives you circles. And if you place disk, that is the default. Disk means it will come like this, rounded. Okay, so like this, sir, with CSS you can change these bullets also. That means instead of that you can have a candle. If you want, you can give an image as a bullet. Okay, so that is also possible. We will see when CSS comes. Okay, next concept will be like okay, there are nested. You can create one inside the other. They're all fundamental, guys. Don't take too much of load on that. You can create nested lists also. For example, under India, I want its main places as a list. Under India, 1, 2, 3, 4 main places should be displayed. How do I do that? So inside the li, this li, again I have to create an ordered list with li called New Delhi, li, okay, Mumbai, Kolkata, Chennai. So New Delhi, Mumbai. Okay, so I hope you understood how do you get the nested lists also. Yes or not? Right. So this is about lists. Now I want to display some of these countries as table kind of structure. How do you make content in the table format? Okay, let us see. To create tables, we use an element called table. So let us see what exactly my table means. What do I mean by table? HTML tables. So generally this is a table.
Charging.
No?
Charging your phone.
Oh. Get the better. Thank you. Sir, Prachi, Sandeep, Joseph, Anand, are you able to follow me?
Yes, sir.
Prachi, fine?
Yes, sir.
Sure. Okay, fine. Okay. Then. So then if I want to create this kind of table, I want to present something on of this kind, then how do I understand? Okay. So whenever I want to create a table, I first search for how many rows are there. So how many rows are there in this table? Okay. So this CSS property, Internet Explorer, Firefox, Chrome, Safari, this is all one row. Border radius, yes, 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 this is one row. This is another row, this is another row. So first I can find out, like, there are 4 rows in my table. So how many rows I have to create? 4 rows. So under my table I have to create 4 rows. Sir, if something is like this, then how to do it? I'll come back to that, don't worry. First of all, let us understand how do we create rows. I mean, how do you understand table? If you want to present it in that way, first you have to understand, okay, how many rows are there? Totally how many rows I have? 4. For example, here in this table, how many rows are there? Person age is 1 row, Chris. So totally 5 rows are there.
5 rows.
Yes. Here how many rows? 5 rows. Here how many rows are there? 4 rows. Okay. So what are there in the first row? One header, one header, one header is in the first row. Here what is there in the first row? Number, full name, position and salary. So each one of them should be mentioned as one table data item. So how many data items are there? 1, 2, 3 and 4. So each particular element is one data item. Are you getting my point? NO is one table data. So let us start writing the code. So for example,
TD.
yeah. Mute Anand, please. So in the table I have, so first I have to create a table element. Inside the table element, first I have to decide how many rows are there. So each row should be created as one TR. Each row should be created as one TR. Okay, sir. Now you will be okay, but later, after some time, it will not be that easy, because when I ask you to create dynamically a table, then you will feel like which is the data item and which is the row. That's what the problem faced by many people. So be careful here itself. You may feel bored, but okay. So first I have how many rows? 4. Each one is should be okay. In the first row I have to create 4 table data items. Data items, that is done by TD. So how many I need? 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So in the first data, number dot, then full name, then position, then salary. So now save this and see the output. I have number, full name, position and salary. Why that is not having any border? The reason is you have not applied the border. BORDER border is equal to 2. So now automatically you got the border as well. Yes, sir, there is no space in between one border to another border. I'll come back to that, don't worry. So that can also be reduced. This one also can be reduced, like cell spacing is equal to 0. So now there is no space between one data item to another data item. Is it clear? Yes. How did I use cell spacing? Okay. And if you observe properly, there is enough space between one cell and the boundaries. Yes, that is called as padding. What is it called? Padding. So cell padding is equal to 5. You need not to mention the pixels. So now you have some space between. If you give 10, you'll have more space. Cell padding. And you must have observed. Okay, let us do that next. So next I need to think about the next row. So in the next row, so I had to first create a row. Inside that row I had to create different table data items. So that can be done by TD1 Bill Gates founder Microsoft, and the last $1,000. Okay, so now save it, and automatically you will see one Bill Gates founder and $1,000. Is it similar to that or not? Right. Oh. So next, the same way I had to create multiple rows, right, for Steve Jobs and Larry Page and Zuckerberg. So two Steve Jobs, founder Apple, market 12. 3 founder Larry Page, founder Google, and this is 1100. 4 Mark Zuckerberg, founder Facebook, and this is 1300. Okay, so finally you will have the full page. Hope you got it, how to create the table, right? Tables are easy, very simple. But now number, full name, position, these are all visible as a little bolder way. You can put B anyways in this, but don't do that. Instead of, you can make sure all these things, like instead of TD you just apply TH, so automatically that will be coming as bold. So here also you can apply TH, and that is also okay. Fine, understood this point? Yeah, like this you can create tables, but when it comes to complex tables, yeah, when it comes to complex tables, then you will be worried. What do you mean by complex tables? Let us see this. Suppose I want to create some table of this sort. How do you create?
By using row span and call span.
Yeah, of course, but how many rows you have?
Row span 2.
3 rows. 3 rows. 3 rows.
3 rows or 4 rows or 5 rows? Okay. May everyone has a different approach to solve this problem, but in this way. Okay, shall we? First of all, I want to identify the maximum number of rows. The maximum number of rows in this table are 4, because in this process, in this line, you have only 3 rows, but here you have maximum of 4 rows. Am I right? So whatever the table I see, first I will find out what are the number, how many number of rows are there, maximum number of rows are there. This is 6 plus 1, 7. Here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. Here maximum number of rows. Here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maximum. How many? Here only there are 3, but maximum are here, right? So first I will identify what are the maximum. What is the maximum? So first I will take up maximum. So let us create that. So I'll use the same style, table, and inside that, how many rows I have to create? 4 rows. Yeah, okay, first job is done. Second step is, what are the TDs comes under first row? I repeat, what are the TDs comes under first row? So this empty box, average and red eyes, these 3 are comes under first row. Hello, అర్థం కాలే? ఈ బాక్స్, యావరేజ్ అనే బాక్స్, రెడ్ ఐస్. సో ఫస్ట్ రో హ్యాస్ హౌ మెనీ టీడీస్? 3. ఫస్ట్ రో, అదే చెప్పాను కదా, ఫస్ట్ రో అంటే ఇవి 3 కన్సిడర్ చేస్తాయి అని. 3. In the second row I will consider only these 2. Okay, actually that is how that is there. And third, these 4 comes under third row, and these 4 comes under fourth row. This is how I take the data. Okay, in which particular row what kind of data is there. Okay, so now, okay, fine. So here I will take up, how many TDs I need? 3. In the second row, how many TDs I need? 2. In the third row, how many TDs I need? 4. Okay, yeah, so first TD is empty anyways. Then in the second TD there is average. In the third TD I have red eyes. Okay, in the second row TD I have height. Then weight. So here I don't know, are you following, Prachi, Anand?
Yes, sir.
Prachi left. Anand, Joseph, Sandeep. Okay, yeah. So males, and then 1.9 and 0.003 and 40%. And here females, and then 1.7 and 0.002 and 43%. So now let us see the output. Here you go. But it is not the actual output what you are looking for. అంతే కదా, ఇది కాదు కదా మనం అనుకున్నది అయితే, రైట్? ఎట్లా అనుకున్నాం? ఫస్ట్ది 2 రోస్ని ఆక్యుపై చేసేలా కావాలి. ఎందుకంటే చూడండి, ఇప్పుడు ఉన్న రోని ఆక్యుపై చేస్తుంది, దాని కింద ఉన్న రోని కూడా ఆక్యుపై చేస్తుంది. సో దానికి నేను ఫస్ట్ రోకి రో స్పాన్ ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు 2 అని పెట్టాను అనుకోండి. ఇట్ ఆక్యుపైస్ 2 రోస్. అర్థమైందా? నెక్స్ట్ యావరేజ్ అనేది 2 సెల్స్ అంటే 2 కాలమ్స్ ఆక్యుపై చేస్తుంది. కాబట్టి ఐ హ్యావ్ టు పుట్ కాల్ స్పాన్ అని ఇంకొక ఎలిమెంట్ ఉంది, కాల్ స్పాన్ అనే అట్రిబ్యూట్ ఉంది. కాల్ స్పాన్ ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు 2 అని అంటే ఇట్ ఆక్యుపైస్ 2 కాలమ్స్ ఆఫ్ స్పేస్. అందుకనే ఇక్కడ వరకు ఆక్యుపై అయింది. లాస్ట్లో రెడ్ ఐస్ అనేది మళ్ళీ 2 రోస్ని ఆక్యుపై చేస్తే చాలు. రో స్పాన్ ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు యు గాట్ ఇట్. సో ఈ రకంగా మనము ఏదైనా టేబుల్ తీసుకోండి, దాన్ని మనము స్ట్రక్చర్ చెప్పండి.
మళ్ళీ పాయింట్ రిపీట్ చేయరా?
ఏదండి
అదే ఈ రో స్పాన్ కాలమ్ స్పాన్ ఆ పాయింట్ ఎందుకు తీసుకున్నారు?
ఓకే ఓకే ఓకే
ఓకే సార్, థ్యాంక్ యూ.
సో ఇప్పుడు నాకు ఈ ఫస్ట్ టీడీ ఉంది కదా, ఈ టీడీ ఇంతకుముందు ఎలా వచ్చింది? ఇలా కనపడింది. సో యాక్చువల్గా ఈ పర్టికులర్ బాక్స్ 2 రోస్ని ఆక్యుపై చేయాలి కదా. ఆ పాయింట్ అర్థం కావట్లేదా? 2 రోస్ని ఆక్యుపై చేయడం అనే పాయింట్ అర్థం కావట్లేదా?
సార్ నాకు వచ్చిన డౌట్, ఇది ఫస్ట్ తీసుకున్న టిఆర్లో టేబుల్ డేటా ఓన్లీ 3K తీసుకున్నారు. మనం ఆ 4th వన్ కూడా ఎంటీ పెట్టేసేయచ్చు. అంటే ఇక్కడ మీరు ఏదైతే బ్లూ దాంతో హైలైట్ అయ్యిందో అలానే చేయొచ్చు. అలా చేసి అంటే 4th టేబుల్ డేటా కూడా ఎంటీగా పెట్టచ్చు కదా అంటున్నాను. అలా అయితే ఈజీ ఉంటుందేమో అంటే.
ఫోర్త్
ఇప్పుడు ఈ ఫస్ట్ టిఆర్ ఎలిమెంట్లో సార్ ఈ టేబుల్ డేటా ఎలిమెంట్ 3 తీసుకున్నారు కదా.
అవును.
తీసుకున్న దాంట్లో ఫస్ట్ దాన్ని ఎంటీ పెట్టేశారు.
అవును.
ఫస్ట్ దాన్ని పెట్టినప్పుడు మనం 4th దాన్ని కూడా ఎంటీగా రిప్రజెంట్ చేయొచ్చు కదా అంటున్నాను. ఓకే, 4th రెడ్ ఐస్ తీసుకున్నారు కాబట్టి ఓకే సార్, అర్థమైంది.
అలానే కాదు, ఇప్పుడు అక్కడ నేను 3 ఎందుకు తీసుకున్నాను? ఫస్ట్ రోలో నాకు వచ్చేది ఇది, ఈ ఎంటీ బాక్స్, యావరేజ్, తర్వాత రెడ్ ఐస్, ఇవి 3 కలిసి నాకు ఫస్ట్ బాక్స్లోకి వస్తాయి.
ఓకే సార్, అదే అర్థమైంది. నార్మల్గా 4 కాలమ్స్ కదా, 3 తీసుకున్నామని నాకు.
యా క్లియర్ అప్పుడు?
ఓకే సార్.
ఓకే. సో నా ఇంకా మనం ఏదైనా కాంప్లెక్స్ టేబుల్ తీసుకుందాం ఒకటి. అలా కాంప్లెక్స్ టేబుల్ తీసుకుని దాన్ని ఎలాగ క్రియేట్ చేస్తారని చూద్దాం. ఇది అలా కనపడుతుంది కానీ దీనికి అంత సినిమా లేదు. లెట్ us see this. So how many rows are there? 6. అయితే ఈ 1 item అనేది అంతా కలిపి ఒకటే సెల్. సో టైటిల్ ఈజ్ 1 row, subtitle is 2nd row, this is 3rd row, and this is fourth row. So totally 4 rows. ఓకే, ఇదంతా కాంప్లెక్స్ కాదు యాక్చువల్గా చెప్పాలంటే. ఓకే చూద్దాం. సో 4 rows. ఫోర్ రోస్. సో ఫస్ట్ రో లోపల ఒకటే టేబుల్ డేటా, దాంట్లో టైటిల్. సెకండ్ రోలో ఎన్ని సెల్స్ ఉన్నాయి? 2 cells. సో టీడీ. సో ఫస్ట్ సెల్ సబ్ టైటిల్. థర్డ్ రో లోపల four cells. Third row is having 4 cells. TD. So something like this. Okay, you just write down. Okay, and then in the last TR, how many cells are there? 2 cells. Okay, so now if I directly see this output, it looks like this. So first row should occupy all the cells, right? I mean column wise. So what do? I'll make the first row call span. It should occupy 4 columns space. So I'll make call span is equal to 4. And this subtitle should occupy call span is equal to 2. Both. And this TR each occupies only this much space. Here also call span 2. That's it. ఏమైంది సంతోష్, సురేష్? అర్థం కాలే? ఓకే, సో దిస్ ఈజ్ హౌ వీ కెన్ క్రియేట్ మల్టిపుల్ combinations of tables. Okay, so tomorrow we are going to discuss about some form elements, forms ఏంటి, ఫార్మ్స్ ఎలా వర్క్ చేస్తాయి, తర్వాత ఇంకొకటి ఏంటి, ఫార్మ్ ఎలిమెంట్స్ ఎలా వర్క్ చేస్తాయి, యాంకర్ ట్యాగ్స్ ఏంటి, డివిజన్స్ ఏంటి, వీటన్నిటి గురించి రేపు డిస్కస్ చేద్దాం. ఓకే, ఎనీ డౌట్స్ గైస్? సార్ ఓకే, అందరికీ ఇప్పుడు తెలుగులోనే వినాలి అని అనుకునే వాళ్ళు కూడా చెప్పండి. సో ఎనీవేస్ ఒకళ్ళిద్దరు ఉంటే నేను ఆ ఇంగ్లీష్ వాళ్ళని క్యాన్సిల్ చేసేసి ఓన్లీ తెలుగు వాళ్ళకే చెప్తాను. ఓకే, తెలుగులో ఎవరికైనా ఇబ్బంది ఉంది అని అంటే ఓన్లీ తెలుగులోనే కావాలంటే నాకు మళ్ళీ ఇన్ఫార్మ్ చేయండి. విల్ అరేంజ్ ఇట్ లైక్ దట్. చెప్పండి జోసెఫ్. యా, ఓకేనండి. సీ యూ టుమారో. బాయ్. బాయ్ అండి.
థ్యాంక్ యూ.
One second. Joseph, I have your number. Sandeep, Anand and Satish, మీరు మీ ఫోన్ నెంబర్స్ ఒకసారి నాకు ఇస్తారా? నాకు చాట్లో పెట్టండి ఒకసారి.
ఓకే సార్.